What's going on, everybody? It's Falchion with you once again, and today I would like to wish you all a very happy Easter. If you don't celebrate Easter, happy Sunday. I also want to take a moment to wish Plank a very happy birthday. Um, Congratulations, brother. You've made it another year. Keep making it those years. And I hope you really enjoyed your birthday with your family and friends and everybody out where you live. Um, Today, I can't be with you live. We can't be with you live. I have some family and religious obligations that I need to deal with or need to be a part of. Not deal with. That sounds bad. Need to be a part of. So I'm recording this real quick clip for you guys because I wanted to talk to you about. There are a couple of things that I want to talk to you about, but we're just gonna go with one of the things today. And I know I missed last week. Last week was the week of my birthday, and my family had a surprise party for me on Sunday, so unexpectedly missed doing the show then last week, and then this week it's Easter, and like I said, I have both family and religious obligations that I need to be involved with. So I'm gonna do this quick recording for you guys talking about PlayStation games coming to Xbox Game Pass day one. I know a lot of people are enjoying for some unknown reason this whole console fanboy war because and I have to say it like that now because it's not the console wars has nothing to do with the actual consoles or the people that make the consoles. It has nothing to do with Sony and it has nothing to do with Microsoft. They are not in a war with one another. It is only the fanboys that are waging this war for whatever reason to make themselves feel good about their purchases, I guess. I don't know why you would feel bad about your purchase if you have one of these any of these systems. You should be feel honored and blessed, to be honest with you. But a lot of people feel the need to disrespect or down people that don't have their preferred system, and thus we have the fanboy console wars because that's all it is. But now, Xbox has just announced that MLB The Show 21, I think is the full title, the baseball game, is going to be on Game Pass day one, and a lot of Sony warriors are really upset about it. Uh, why? Okay, if you're upset about it from a Sony, from a PlayStation, okay, so let me make. I don't know if I stated this. It's a game that is developed by Sony, published by the MLB, and now it's going to be on all systems at some point, but day one it'll be on at least the Xbox, the PlayStation, and the PC, right? So if you are if you own a PlayStation, I can understand you being upset at the price that you have to pay, kind of, because to know that you have to pay $70 for a game that's published by the company who owns that system, who owns PlayStation, while people who are wanting to be getting it off of Game Pass are getting it under that subscription service, so $15 a month. And I've had people say, I've had people say to me, "Well, you're paying $180 for the game." No, I'm not. Probably not gonna even play the game. You know what? I might because I'm kind of interested. and how baseball games have evolved. I used to play, I used to be big into sports games way back when, but now not so much. Well, now not at all. But I'm intrigued, and it's going to be a part of my subscription service. So what does it hurt to try it out? But if you want to say that I'm paying $180 a year for this game, that means I'm getting everything else in Game Pass for free. I'm cool with that. Okay, so you can look at it that way, but that means I'm getting a lot of things for free, and you're still paying $70. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna. That's me. That's me stepping into this stupid war. Um, but I can understand as a as a as a person who owns a PlayStation, all the PlayStations for that matter, but all the way up to the PlayStation 5. If I only owned the PlayStation 5 and I knew that I had to pay $70 for a game that that Sony had developed, and then people on the Xbox only had to or got it within their subscription service, I don't think I'd be too happy about it. Maybe, probably, I, I I'd feel a little disrespected for sure. Like I feel like it should at least be on PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Now as well. But Sony is electing not to do that for whatever reason. And we're hearing all this stuff about them closing the PS3, Vita, and PSP stores, and people are really upset about that as well. And hopefully next week we'll be able to talk about this. God willing, nothing else happens, and we can do the show next week on next Sunday as normally scheduled. Hopefully we can talk about this, but I'm going to say this. I think Sony has something going on that nobody knows about outside of Sony. And because that's how Sony is. Sony is quiet about what they do. They don't until they're ready, they don't announce things. They don't put things out there. So it wouldn't surprise me to learn later on that Sony is doing something with all these games that they're for lack of a better term, getting rid of. So that's just going to be kind of a wait and see thing. But back to the main topic. But you have to understand from Sony's point of view a couple of things, right? Of why they would do this. And honestly, I think you should expect to see them do this even more often than, or even more, assuming that this is a successful venture. If it fails miserably and they don't see any more gain than they have in the past with past MLBs, then consider it a failure, and you probably won't see this happen again. But you have to understand that Sony is about making money. I've been telling you guys this for a long time. I have people that express to me without saying the words that Sony cares about them or Microsoft cares about them. I have a this is off topic a little bit, but it goes into the fanboy wars. I have a friend who inadvertently won a PS5 digital edition, the $500 PS5 console, won it from 7-Eleven just because on a normal day he goes to 7-Eleven and he buys Slurpees or something, whatever, sodas or Big Gulps or whatever. And in doing so, he won a PS5. And he refuses to even open it. He just wants to get rid of it. He wanted to trade me my Xbox for it, but there's no reason for me to do that as I own a PS5 already. But what I actually might do, and let me know in the comments below if you guys would be interested, is like I can't afford to buy it and then just give it away. I don't have money like that. But what I could do is buy it off of him and raffle it off and get the money to pay it off, and then anything above that uh, would go to charity. Like the charity that I'm very interested in is for cerebral palsy. My nephew suffers from it pretty bad, and I think that would be a really cool way to help. So let me know in the comments below what you guys would think of doing something like that. But beyond that, back to this war. He won't even open it because he is purely a Microsoft or Xbox fan. And so you got this thing for the price of a soda at 7-Eleven. So what, $1 and some change, something, and you won't even open it to see if you might like it, if you might enjoy anything about it. There, there are at least 20, and I know it's actually more, but I don't know the exact number anymore, right off the top of my head. But there are at least 20 games on there that you could get for free. Great games. One of them being the latest God of War. So that's crazy to me. Like, you won't even open it. But that might be good for me because maybe I'll just get it off of them and we'll work something out. Again, comment in the comments below if you'd like that, if you'd like to see that happen. But back to the topic. So what's going on here? Why would Sony make this kind of a move? So baseball, in the overall scheme of things, not disrespecting any of you guys who love baseball and who get this title every year or whatever. I'm not saying that it's not a great game. I'm just saying that it is not the most popular game. I mean, if you think about it, the most popular sports title is football, or what we call soccer, and then American football, and then maybe basketball, and then you start throwing in baseball and golf and cricket and all these other sport titles that are racing. And you know me, I'm all about racing games, or like titles like actual simulated racing or whatever, not some of these arcade things, or not talking about some of these arcade things. That's what I'm trying to say. So if, and what we've learned so far, and this is an assumption, but what we have learned so far, this is true. What we have learned so far is that Microsoft pays at least the development cost of these games to get them on Game Pass, right? So that's the big thing. Make back your development costs, and then you didn't lose any money, right? So, and I'm assuming that that's what happened with this title. So Microsoft pays Sony the development costs to develop this, what it cost them to develop this game. They still get to keep it on PlayStation and sell it, right, for $70. It's selling for $70 on the PC, outside of Game Pass, and it's selling on Xbox for $70 outside of Game Pass. So if you don't have Game Pass, and you want this game wherever you want it, you have to pay the $70, right? So all that, they don't have to worry about making back their development costs. That's what Game Pass does. That's what makes Game Pass such a good thing for developers. A lot of people are saying developers aren't making their money. This is Microsoft is cheating developers. No, Microsoft is at least paying, so far at least that we've heard of, that we've gotten information on, they're paying the development cost, and then everything else beyond that, and these games are still being sold, is profit, right? So think about it. You have a game, your PlayStation, and you have a game that you know is not popular, you know is not Madden, you know is not FIFA or whatever the NBA one is for that EA does, or what have you. So you know it's not those really big titles, so it's not going to make, and so you question what it's going to make. Okay, so you release it on Game Pass, and you get back right off the bat your development cost. Boom. Okay, so you're safe. At the very least, you're not losing any money for developing this game, right? But then you're still selling it on the PlayStation. So any fans of the sport of this title on PlayStation they're still buying it for regular price. So that's still everybody that's on PlayStation that doesn't have an Xbox or isn't in, or I should say that's not on Game Pass, right? So that's all profit. Then people on PC who were like, "Nah, I would never get Game Pass." Um, okay, but there are going to be people that play the baseball game that play MLB. Boom, that's profit from them. There are people on Xbox. Now I'm not paying $180 or whatever the price is a year for Game Pass. And that I'm talking about Game Pass Ultimate here. Um, but they still want to play this game, and finally it's actually on the Xbox. Boom, there's more profit. So it's a good thing for Sony, right? If you're looking at it from a business perspective, it is a good thing for Sony. They've got their development costs, so they're not losing money on the game. That's no longer an issue, right? They're still selling it on their system. If that was it, if it was just Game Pass and on their system, and that was it, they're looking at a profit. People on the PlayStation play this game, or it wouldn't continue to come out year after year. So, boom, they're already making profit. They're already making probably at least the profit that they would normally, or they're making more of a profit actually than they would normally make from this title because it's already paid off. They don't have to repay the development costs. That's already done. That's already been taken care of. Now everything is purely profit, right? So this is a good thing from at least from Sony's perspective. They're now, and that's why I say you're likely to see more of this in the future. You're likely to see Sony say, okay, we're producing this title, and we're not. It's a smaller title. We're not expecting it to make a lot of money, right? But what we can do is we can have Microsoft put it on Game Pass. They pay us the development cost, and everything that we sell it for is all profit for us, right? If you take a moment to not be a fanboy and you look at it from Sony's perspective, it's a smart move. It's a really smart move. And now, do I expect something like God of War, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, their more popular titles that are guaranteed, that are system sellers? What we call system sellers? Do I expect them to do that with those? I mean, imagine if they did. That would be a lot of profit in their hands. But no, they're not going to do that because they are system sellers. These are the titles that make people say, I have to get a PlayStation to play this game, right? So it will be, and my business sense doesn't even go far enough to know how good or bad it would be to put those on Game Pass, except to say that you would be missing out on that money that would sell more systems for you, and you don't want that. And that's when you talk about exclusive games, that's what you're talking about. You're talking about these exclusive games need to be so good that they sell your system. That people are like, I want to buy a PlayStation to play this game. I want to buy an Xbox to play this game. I want to buy a Switch to play this game, right? So, no, they're not going to put their system sellers on there. They're probably not even going to put their medium tier titles on Game Pass because they know that they're going to make their money back and then some, right? But these games where it's a little bit shaky, and then you also got to think, the MLB, they're sitting back like, you're putting this game on one system, and we aren't making the money that we should be making or we could be making as well. So you got to know that the MLB as a publisher has some say in this as well, right? So we've known for a few months now that the MLB The Show was coming to the Xbox. That's not a surprise. They let that be known a few months ago. Um, but this Game Pass thing does come as a surprise, even to me. But it makes sense to me as well. I understand it from a financial point of view, as far as Sony and the MLB franchise are concerned. This is a way to guarantee they make their money back for developing the game, and then everything else is profit, and you know that they're going to make profit because the game has sold well enough in the past that they're still developing it. So, and it's solely been on the PlayStation in the past. I don't think it's been on the PC, but let's just say for argument's sake, it's solely been on the PlayStation in the past. So they know they're still going to get all those sales, and all that's profit. Development costs is taken care of. Microsoft took care of that for us. Everything else is now profit. And that's how Sony and MLB are looking at it. And if you're in this fanboy war, man, all you guys are really doing is hurting yourself and kind of damaging the product that you claim to love. Right now, you guys are trying to get the what's his name, Ryan or whatever, fired. There's a petition to get him fired from his job because he allowed this to happen. But Sony's just like, this guy just made. If it was his decision and his decision alone, this guy just made us a bunch of money. He just guaranteed us a bunch of money because, all right, it's over there. It's not going to make it. So who's gonna not? Who will not do it? Who will not buy it on the PlayStation now? Anybody that has an Xbox that would have bought it on the PlayStation that had this not happen. Only people like me who have an Xbox and a PlayStation and Game Pass and a PlayStation. That's what I should say. Game Pass as well as a PlayStation, and now I can get it on Game Pass for the cost of my subscription. So yeah, but honestly, I don't even fit in that category because if it wasn't on Game Pass, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to do it anyways, but if it wasn't on Game Pass, there's no way I would be getting the game. I'm just not that interested. It's not a game that interests me like that. So the people that were going to get it are still going to get it because those people are already on the PlayStation, right? And then those people, and then anybody new to the PlayStation but doesn't have Game Pass, they'll get it. And now, but you're going to be showing it to a whole bunch of other people who are going to be interested in it. There are a bunch of sports fans that own Xboxes. There are a bunch of sports fans that own PCs, and all these people are now going to have access to this game, whether it be at the $70 retail price, or through Game Pass, or Game Pass on PC, whatever. There are going to be more people, and then let's say they really enjoy that game, but this isn't going to be on Game Pass for forever, right? What if it's just a time thing on Game Pass? Then you decide, hey, I really enjoyed this game. Now I'm going to buy it when before it wasn't even a thing. So it's a good thing from the perspective of Sony. It's a good thing if you are a PlayStation owner and you're not involved in these console wars or these fanboy console wars, because it's Sony making money, right? And as long as Sony makes money, Sony produces games, right? They stop, and that's why I say, like, these fanboy wars only really hurt the consoles that you profess to love, because when you are talking about how good or bad a console is, mainly you're talking about how bad a console is, the console that you don't like is. And so you're just repeatedly saying the name of the console you don't like. You're not even talking about the console that you love. You're not even promoting it. You're just trying so hard to disrespect the console that you hate that you're just putting that name, that brand in people's head who don't really think about any of it. And then so when they think, I want to buy a console, what pops up? Xbox. What pops up? PlayStation. If you're on the other side and you're just seeing PlayStation all the time, and then all you're doing is saying PlayStation is bad for this, PlayStation is bad for this, or Xbox is bad for this, Xbox is bad for that, and all you're doing is repeating the competition's name, and that's what people are remembering. Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I know a lot of PlayStation fans are really mad about this, and that's too bad. It really is good. It's good for Sony, and it's good for gaming in the overall. I understand. I am not saying that there should not be exclusives. I understand that there are exclusives that sell consoles, right? And Sony is really good at this. MLB The Show is not a game that sells consoles, and that is why Sony is really willing to do this. Not to mention, I do believe there are some underlying things coming from the MLB, the MLB, the actual Major League Baseball corporation, who may be wanting Sony to spread this game out a little bit more than they have in the past. So it may not even be what's his name, Jim Ryan's choice, or as much of his choice as people believe. So understand that what happened in this deal is Sony guaranteed themselves profits. Sony guaranteed that they're going to make money off of this game because at the very least they got their production, their development costs paid off, going on what we know about past games that have been put on GamePass. All right, that's all I have for you guys this Easter. Like I said, I apologize for us not being able to do the show this week, but I can't foresee nothing in the future that's going to hang us up, barring like maybe health issues or something. I do apologize again, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Almost for sure. I can't guarantee it. Really, Sasha? She's just gonna climb in my seat. She has her own seat, and she always climbs in mine. she's funny. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out, watching the video. Again, this is Easter, so happy Easter. If you observe the Easter holidays, if not, happy Sunday again. Happy birthday, Plank, and till next time, this has been Fauci. You know me. I'm Ghost. 2 fingers is peace. Later.